9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone here in the audience. Welcome everyone watching from home. Welcome to the grand finals of the ReThink Waste Challenge. Yes. And you can really give yourselves a round of applause because 6 months ago you started off this journey and now you are here at the grand finals and you made it. So big round of applause for yourselves. Yay! So this morning you actually pitched the dragons. How was it? So whenever it's quiet, it's usually like, oh, it was scary. Was it good? Thumbs up? Or was it, yeah, was it good? Were they nice? Not too scary? No? They were nice? Okay, cool. So today, at the end of this show, you will hear who is the winner of the ReThink Waste Challenge. But we have a really great show leading up to that moment. So before we reveal the winner. And I'm just curious, so the students, how did you actually feel about the whole challenge up to now? And maybe, can you describe that to me in one word? I will throw the catch box to you. If you catch it, then you say the word. Who would like to say something? Yes. Ooh, not a bad throw. So in one word, yes.
Amazing.
Amazing. Okay, and why was it amazing?
Well, I don't know. It was like lots of things in this challenge happened.
You can hold the catch box, the black thing. Yes, if you talk into the... Ooh, don't put your hands on it. If you talk into... That's the microphone, so you can... Yes, if you hold it a little bit closer to your mouth, we can hear it. Oh, you broke it.
Hi.
Okay.
Hello.
Yes, perfect. What is your name?
Marco.
But why was it amazing?
Well, because, I don't know, too many things happens along this journey, and, well, I think that this was amazing.
Okay, cool. Anyone else have a different word in mind? Yes? To the guy here in front, maybe you can throw it to him. What is your name?
Okay, I'm King David.
Yes, King David, yes. And what is the word that you would describe this challenge with?
Adventure.
Adventure.
Yeah.
Why an adventure?
Because it was like each time you met with the coach, you didn't know what to expect. You know,
Yes.
It was like your idea was going to change after that, and then it happened to us quite a number of times. So it was like ups and downs, but it was a really nice adventure. Yeah.
Was it a bumpy road?
To be honest, yes.
So who also feels that way? Yeah, I see hands going up, King David. You're not alone. Yes, and I can imagine. So just to blow off some steam of this challenge, because it was a bumpy road. I thought let's make some music together. Do you remember from the kickoff that trash beats were here? Yes. Okay. So in front of you, maybe some of you have some trash, or now. We call them instruments from now on. Do you have some? Yeah, you can look in front of you, on the ground. Yes, just look before your seats. If you have something, please hold it up. Yes. Cool, yes. Who doesn't have anything? Okay, perfect. So for you, you only need one other thing. That's the other hand, and you can clap. Okay? Yes. Or if you don't have hands or you like to use another instrument, you can use your voice. Like, yeah, that's also. Okay. So now we are going to pretend like we are trash beats. We can also create music with this trash. And I will be the conductor. So we have two orchestras. And whenever I point in your direction, you start playing the beat. And it's good that we do that together. Like... And you can also stand up and dance to it. And then if I will say, no, quit, then you stop and then you go. Okay? And all together, this is all together. And this is everyone stop. Yeah? Did you get it? So this is play, play? Everyone together? Stop. Yeah? Okay, let's go for it. You can stand up. So you have an instrument, or you have thought of the instrument that you will use. Okay? You can clap. All together, yes. With the instruments, louder. Okay, cool. Now you. Yes. Cool. All together. Use up. Louder, 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 louder. Yes, I want to hear yeah. You. Okay, you too. You. Okay, I think we are ready for trash beats. Shall we just add them in? Yeah. Give a big round of applause for trash beats. Here, because now we can dance the night away. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Okay, you can sit down now. Yes, because this just not just a welcome from me, but also a welcome from someone else within this organization. And he is the Dean of Education, and he would like to say something to you, to share some words of wisdom. So please give a big round of applause for the Dean of Education, Arnold Brecht. Hi, Arnold.
Hi.
Yes,
oh,
you
here?
can join me here, so everyone can see us.
Okay.
Good that you're here. So, a Dean of Education, what do you actually do?
A lot of meetings.
A lot of meetings, okay.
But basically, my role is to guarantee that the Wageningen Bachelor Master programs continue or stay in good shape and flourish.
Okay, so you work out a lot.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Okay.
Of course. Like we did just on the beat.
Yeah. no, but stay in good shape. And what does that mean?
Good shape means that, of course, they develop. They follow also the developments in the field, but also didactical changes, etc. So overall, that our students, basically, which are here, are well prepared for the future.
Okay.
Stay well prepared.
Yes, and you say didactical changes. So nowadays you see a lot of challenges. Yeah. Why did you decide also to come up with the ReThink Waste challenge?
Well, it's actually the initial. Of course, we already did some challenges in the past, but I think organization-wise, we start by implementing the challenge a bit over 5 years ago. And then it was as an experiment additional for students. It's still now, but we also do it now in some regular programs. And the main reason to start with a challenge is to say, well, let's challenge our students to think a bit outside the box. But not only our own students, but also the students from outside Wageningen. So also, because the challenge, as you know, I'm curious, who is here in the room? Sorry, can I ask them?
Yes, of course, yeah.
Who is here not from Wageningen?
Not studying at this university?
Okay,
well, it's about 1 out of 4 or 5, I think.
No, a bit less, I would say. But I think
I'm not that good at math, maybe. Yeah.
But that's good. So we started the challenge, and Wageningen has as ambition to, to stimulate or to be is a mission-driven university. So we make the place a better world, basically, to put it simply in our field. And of course, fresh ideas and inspiration is useful. And therefore, we start this challenge concept, which is really open to all. So students from outside can also sign in and follow a challenge. So in this sense, it's really a worldwide challenge. Of course, now here, but the teams are basically from all parts of the world. And that fits also with the ambition, because our domain of study and domain of research is also basically the world.
Basically the world.
Yeah.
And if you could change the world together with the students, what would you then achieve in this field of the bio-based economy?
Yeah, bio-based economy. I think if you look at the overall vision of Wageningen, we have a strategic plan, which basically has as motto, finding answers together. So the perception that we want to change aspects or make the world more sustainable in terms of food, climate, water use, etc. But we can't do it alone. So, and that's why the team of finding answers together, answers to problems, is our overall mission. We do that in research, we do that in education, but also in challenges.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
And I was told that you did not come empty-handed today.
Yes, that's true. I think we have a present.
Yes.
So I keep it here.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to do both things at once. Is it okay? Yeah?
Yeah,
okay,
thank
so
you.
we actually have a present. Is there one student who would like to come down and unwrap the gifts on behalf of all the students here?
Yeah.
Because you will all get what's inside this box.
Students from the teams, eh? Is that
Yes, students from the teams, yes.
So is there a volunteer
Yes,
student from the
okay.
team? Yes,
Please come down, yeah.
Forward, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, oh,
Yes.
he already gave the mic to you? Okay,
Give
give the mic back. You can, you can
please
stand
open
here
it.
so we can all see you. Yes, perfect. So you can put it down on the floor and then start unwrapping it. Yes, you can do it on the spot.
Yeah.
I feel like Oprah a little bit, like I can give gifts to you. Yeah, you can just tear it down, it's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
People with OCD wouldn't mind?
No.
People with OCD don't mind, did you say? Okay, yeah, give her a round of applause. Yo! Wow, she's really good at this. Look at her opening the box. I'm wondering what's inside. What is inside? Well, you can open it.
Yes.
What is it?
I see.
What is it?
T-shirt.
Yeah.
Is it like a T-shirt?
It's a t-shirt, maybe?
It is.
Oh!
And on the back? Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah.
It's a T-shirt.
So you all get a t-shirt from Wageningen University.
Okay.
Cool. You get a t-shirt. You get a t-shirt. Okay. Well, thank you. Maybe if you can put it back in the box and and take it with you.
Shall I take it with me, the box?
Yeah, she can take the box.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can take the box. Okay, very good.
You can give it to the side, to Frank in the pink shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I get a big round of applause for our gift unwrapper? Okay. And also a big round of applause, Arnold Precht.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. Wow, it's cool. My hair is a bit tangled. Okay, so you already got one gift today. Maybe you will also be handed over the prize, the grand prize, who knows. Here to present the top 3 teams who still have a chance of winning is the chair of the jury. And he studied molecular science actually here at Wageningen University, but now he's an European patent attorney and partner at VO Partners and Trademarks. Sounds fancy, huh? Can I get a big round of applause for Huub Maas? So, Huub, here you are.
Yes.
To present the finalists, the top 3.
Yes.
So, of course, the first question, was it hard?
Well, actually, it was quite hard
Yes?
because all these teams are so diverse, and sometimes you're comparing apples with oranges. So it was quite hard, and overall the quality was very high. I would say I was impressed.
So that was already a big compliment to all of them. So besides the big quality, what do they have in common? So all the 10 finalists, what did you see?
Well, they all are very innovative, I would say.
Okay.
Think out of the box, which is of course a very nice way of thinking what to do with waste streams. Yeah.
Okay. And was the jury, was it difficult or did you disagree or?
Well, we had
I can
some
see,
lively
yeah.
discussions, but in the end we came to a conclusion, which we all were satisfied with.
Very political answer, but did you also see in his eyes these were tough discussions? Okay. But you did come up with the top 3. So actually, what made the top 3 the top 3? So what made them stand out?
I think what made them very special is that they took into account a lot of aspects that are required when making such a proposal, and the level of detail was just slightly higher than the other teams. So yeah.
Okay, slightly higher. Just a tiny difference.
Well, enough to be in the top 3.
Enough to be in the top 3. Okay. Well, we are going to announce the top 3. Oh, you can hear them. Okay. How are we going to do it? I will ask Huub to tell a little bit about the first random. It's random order. So the first the first finalist in random order. He will say a little bit about them, and then I will say, okay, so the first finalist is. And when you hear the name of your team, you come down here. I will pose you some questions. We will play your pitch video. Then I'll pose you more questions, and you can get off stage. Okay? Sounds good? Are you ready? Okay. Huub. So, what can you tell us about the first finalist?
The first finalist had a high-tech solution where we think there is a huge potential for this solution. They use the power of recycling. And I think, we were impressed by what they showed us.
Okay. Well, do not keep us in suspense any longer. The name of the first finalist is...
Cult Factor.
Cult Factor! Yes! Please stand up, come down! Yes, you can join us here. Stand in the middle. I feel like you're like, oh yeah, here we are in the finalists. How are you doing?
I'm doing excellent. Didn't expect to be in the top 3, but thank you.
Yeah. Was that the face? Like, are we in the top 3? Are we in the top 3 or not?
Yeah. I'm kind of expected already.
So you were expecting it already. And did you?
No, not at all.
Not at all, not at all. So a bit diverse here. Okay, what we are going to do now is we are going to look at the pitch video that you made, and I'll pose you some questions about it afterwards.
Perfect.
Can we please play the video?
In the world of cultivated meat production, growth factors are precious resources that hold the key to creating sustainable and delicious cultivated meat products. However, although being the most expensive component, they are used once and then thrown away. Wasting away growth factors after single usage in cultivated meat production is like buying a high-performance sports car, driving it once, and then leaving it to rust. This is exactly how the current process of producing growth factors looks like. Just like the sport car, growth factors are a valuable resource that can produce impressive results when used effectively. However, if they are not utilized to their full potential, their value diminishes, and the benefits they can provide are lost. We are Cult Factor. Our solution is going to tackle the most wasteful industry on the planet, animal agriculture. With conventional practices, we use up to 37 times more resources to produce the same amount of beef as with cell culturing. By recycling growth factors, we will reduce the price of cultivated meat, ultimately allowing it to reach price parity with conventional meat. The process is as follows. In the production of the growth factors by a yeast host, a specific tag is added to the protein which serves as a tool for purification and detection. In addition, the tag increases the protein's stability, which is a key requirement for a recyclable protein, and allows it to bind to our proprietary filtration technique. The technology, adapted from biomedical practices, enables the recycling of the protein for up to 20 cycles. Although several companies are working on reducing the production costs of growth factors, none of them aim to solve the problem at its root. Hence, Cult Factor occupies a yet-to-be-explored niche in the cultivated meat industry and, if successful, will provide a technological milestone. After all, you wouldn't throw away a car. The next steps for Cult Factor, besides having an adequate amount of refreshments tonight, will include the validation on a lab scale and further discussions with stakeholders.
Cult Factor. Okay, so to me as an outsider, this doesn't sound like an idea that pops up in your head on a Friday night, or did it?
Well, it was really a long-term process. So
Okay.
we actually started with a very different project, and then we realized we had some problems.
Okay.
And then step by step, we ended up where we are today, which really took not only the 6 months of ReThink Waste, but we actually started in November, December with a different hackathon. And yeah, so 8 months until we arrived
So
here.
you're hopping hackathons.
Yeah, basically.
Cool. And what was actually the problem that you encountered? And how did you manage to...
Well, actually, the problem, or the biggest problem that we overcame was that in the beginning we tried to use waste. We actually wanted to reduce waste directly, which we then realized for a very high-tech bioprocess is not a really good solution. So we then decided to focus on reducing waste by enabling cellular agriculture and reducing the need for animal agriculture. So yeah, this is our waste reduction proposal now.
So it's still waste, but then in a different way. So you just decided to...
We're enabling a waste reduction
Yes.
industry, really, yeah.
Exactly. So you just have a different angle, but that's something that you found out in the process.
Exactly. We found out that like our biggest impact on waste will actually be by enabling this industry and then recycling a growth factor, but that's milligrams and not really a big waste stream.
Cool. And what was the thing that you learned during this challenge?
I feel like in order to make a comprehensive solution for a project, it's very good if your team members come from diverse background.
Okay. Why did it work?
Yeah, because you come out with a different perspective, so you cover all the angle of the solution.
Is that something that you would also look for while looking for a job or starting your own company after this?
Yeah, that's what I think I will do.
Yeah. Are you going to move forward after the challenge with this? Maybe you can answer it. Yeah.
Definitely, yeah. We found that we're really good to we make great team dynamics, and we definitely want to push this project forward. I think this is only the start for us, and we had this in mind when we started this challenge. So we're very excited for the next steps.
Cool. Well, thank you very much. Give a big round of applause for Cult Factor. So Huub, you can join me a little bit here. Yeah. Otherwise you're so far away. But you are right. I'm now giving you the floor again to say something about our second top 3 finalist.
Yeah, the second top 3 finalist in random order, they target a waste stream which is abundant. And they do that quite differently from what other people do, which we think is, very nice. The potential is big, and they also presented their project very nicely.
Oh. Well, that's always a plus.
Definitely,
yeah. Okay. Shall we announce who it is?
Let's do so.
So, our second top 3 finalist is...
Afterlife.
Afterlife! Yo! Yo, I see a lot of smiling faces. Yes, join us on stage. Cool. Yes, you can congratulate each other like high five. Really cool. We made it. So how are you feeling?
Very excited.
Very excited. And you?
It's amazing we made it.
Okay, yeah, you can show that you are excited. It's okay. I can imagine. So how has the journey been so far?
Well, it's been a wild ride. At the start, we yeah, we were really trying to see where's the big waste streams that are out there and what can we do with them.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's been an adventure. It was great and very proud of everybody.
Cool. Well, you can enjoy now. We are going to look at your pitch video and actually see what Huub talked about. So what is actually different about the way that you solve this gigantic problem?
Industrial agriculture, the food industry, and the food systems that feed our world create so much waste. Globally, losing around 1.3 billion tons of food and $1 trillion each year. Food waste only feeds climate change, but there are so many mouths to feed. The need for protein is higher than ever, yet its current production is devastating. Can we continue this way? We believe there is a different way. Afterlife aims to revolutionize the way we feed the world. We embarked on our journey as a hopeful group of students with a common objective. Our mission is to create a future where there is no compromise between sustainability of food, nourishment from food, and where everyone has secure access to food. Our solution harnesses the untapped potential of abundant agro-industrial residues. And using our revolutionary fungal fermentation technology, we will bring this back to life. Let us show you how we do it. The magic happens inside a bioreactor, where our carefully selected fungi grow from the industrial food residues we feed them. From staple crops like potatoes, sugar beets, and apples, our next level mycoprotein ingredient line is born. Our B2B model is unique. We offer an ingredient line with superior functional properties compared to the existing plant-based and mycoprotein ingredients. Current mycoproteins focus on meat alternatives, but good replacers for dairy and egg proteins are not there. Here we come in to augment the variety and versatility of protein products, from a texture ingredient for any meat alternative to a protein flour for diverse dairy replacers and other protein-rich products, offering functional properties like emulsifying, foaming, thickening, and binding while remaining neutral in color and flavor. At the moment, we are busy with research and experiments, but we want to let you try our products as soon as possible. We hope you will join us and witness our presence. The science is here, the time is right. The flexitarian, vegetarian, and vegan cultures keep on growing, propelling the global market for mycoproteins, within the market of alternative proteins, which grows at a rate of 13% annually. We have thoroughly investigated our competitors, and we know that our products, designed with a circular approach and B2B model, stand out. If you want to stand out in the market, choosing Afterlife can be your game changer. We close the loop and introduce the new generation of protein ingredients, so that businesses can create protein-rich foods efficiently and responsibly. Join us to be part of the protein revolution with Afterlife.
Okay, so what is actually unique for your idea, if you would sum it up?
We want to make an ingredient that's neither from plants nor from animals, but it's from microbes. And we want to use waste streams from the food industry to make this happen. So that way we can tackle two big problems at once: the inefficiency of the food system that creates so much waste, and the problem related to production of proteins. As you probably already know, it's quite a big problem nowadays.
Yes.
So this is what we do. We offer a new ingredient that works better than other plant ingredients we have, protein-rich ingredients, and yeah, this is our solution.
It's like, yeah, that's just, that's what we do. But was it hard to actually get to that point? Maybe you can answer that question?
To come what?
Yeah, to come up with the solution and while working it out. And
are we still in development? So the solution is not there yet, but we are aiming to.
Yeah.
But it is a journey. It was a really journey. We have thought about a lot of things and what is feasible and what is not, and dive into business perspectives. And I think this idea is really feasible from technical part and from a business part. So yeah, I think we can do it together.
So, and what will be your next step?
Well, now we have to go on in the technical development and looking also for the market needs, exactly targeting the right needs. And that's it. There is a long way to go, but we are excited to start.
Cool. And how was it to actually work with this team?
Yeah, it's been amazing. Everybody has their own qualities, strong points, and it's been absolutely joyful to be working together with all of you. And yeah.
What was the strong point of each of the team members?
Oh, wow, okay. Well, Marisol here, she knows a lot about everything technical related, and just the energy you bring. That was super great. Kika knows a lot about social studies and problems out there in the world and recycling, sustainability, so your views were always very useful. And Time is our logistic man, so he knows where to get all the streams, how to, and also good for reaching out to contacts. We talk to a lot of people, and super helpful. And Giulio, you're always super energetic, and you make sure that we always have a good vibe going on when we are together. So I think that's really important.
Cool. And what is his quality? Because now we have mentioned all the different qualities. Oh, would you like to mention?
Yeah, well, Tim is actually a pretty special member because he is the bridge between the technical and the business side. He has a great combination of knowledge in biotechnology and in business, and so it's just amazing. And also as a person, fantastic.
So I encourage all of the teams to do this, what happens now. Because you have had such an amazing journey together. Make sure that you actually, hold on to that feeling, to that special journey that you have while moving forward. So are you going to continue the journey together?
Yes.
It would be really funny if we would say no. Yes? What are you going to do?
Well, the next step is trying to get funding for the experiments.
Cool.
And talking to more people, reach out there and see who's interested to help.
So anyone have an idea who could get them funded? Yeah, you never know. Think about it. Yeah? Okay. Thank you very much, and I'll see you later on stage.
Thank you.
Team Afterlife. Okay. Okay. Our third finalist. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, the third finalist in random order had an initial nice focus, which allowed them to show some nice results. And we think that this initial focus can be widened to further applications. And therefore, we considered them as the third finalist.
Oh, okay. Do not keep us in suspense any longer. The third top 3 finalists of the ReThink Waste Challenge is...
Thomas.
Thomas! Woohoo! Thank you! Yay! Now you're on stage in front of all these people. How is that?
Honestly, exciting, amazing.
And did you expect to be the top 3?
I think, but yeah. Yeah, my name wasn't there in the first two spots. I was like, we lost it. But yeah, it feels good now.
Yeah, what was your thoughts?
Yeah, I definitely lost hope after the 2. It was, I don't know, but really amazed and really happy.
Yeah. Why did you lose hope?
I don't know. I just saw them. I thought, oh, those are good ideas. But apparently ours is too.
So you're like, oh, they're so good.
Yeah.
Will we be on stage together with them in the top 3? Well,
exactly.
The answer is yes. Well, we are going to look at the concept that you came up with in your pitch video.
Yogurt, jelly, wine. What do these products have in common? They all contain aroma compounds. One of the most widely used aroma compounds in fragrances is 2-phenyl ethanol, also known as phenylethyl alcohol. For the sake of convenience, let's call it 2-PE. Aside from its use in fragrance industry, 2-PE has potential applications in pharmaceutical and food industries as well.
Currently, there are two major production methods of 2PE, via chemical synthesis and natural extraction. Most of the 2PE available on the market is synthesized through chemical processes, which involve toxic organic solvents. The average cost of chemically synthesized 2PE is around €3 per kilogram, while natural 2PE is produced via extraction from essential oils of rose flowers, and it costs around €1,000 per kilogram. We propose novel production of 2PE via fermentation, which will produce 100% natural 2PE, which uses only bio-based substrates from apple waste, with an estimated cost of €250 per kilogram. We are targeting European companies such as IFF, Kerry and Firmenich that specialize in the production of complex food formulations and flavoring. Our product 2PE can be used as an intermediate molecule for these applications. In order to be competitive in this field, our team will ensure high quality and purity of the final 2PE, improved environmental impact of our methodology, and competitive prices.
So our solution is to produce bio-based 2PE in a sustainable way through yeast fermentation, using low-cost food waste as substrate. So our process does not involve any toxic raw materials, our process does not produce any hazardous byproducts, and it is performed under mild conditions. And the food waste that we use for this 2PE production is apple pomace, which is a byproduct of apple juice and cider production. The global quantity of apple pomace varies from 4 to 7 million metric tons per year. And apple pomace has a low recovery rate, which means that only a small fraction of it is being utilized for animal fat, and the rest of it is not valorized. Through our proposed innovative waste valorization technique, we transform this apple pomace into a high-value aroma compound, which is 2PE. So our team Pomace have created an innovative technology to produce bio-based 2-phenyl ethanol from apple waste.
We are proud that this way we can contribute to circular bioeconomy.
So the next time I will drink apple juice, I will think of you. I did not know that so much was being wasted of the apples, did you? No, I did not. So you came up with a great way. And I actually thought it was really smart. In the video, you said, yes, Kerry is one of the companies we would like to work for. So did you already get the deal?
Yeah, I think we have talked to some companies, but it's not like they are our potential customers because the technology is still not developed.
Yes.
And yeah, that's maybe our next step, that we would like to focus on the fundamentals first.
Yes, so first get the technology right. Okay, that's it. And how was it to be in this competition? What did you learn?
Well, for me, it was the first time to participate in that kind of competitions. I would really like to thank Ajinkaya for this opportunity, because I'm outside Wageningen. And
okay, where are you from?
I'm from Paris, Agro-Paris Tech, and my fellow colleague Aiganem, who unfortunately couldn't be there, is also from there. So for me, this opportunity was amazing. I learned, first of all, to work in such a diverse group with diverse backgrounds. Second of all, to perform this experiment and also look through the business side of it, because for me it was very new.
Yes, and I see you nodding.
Oh, yeah. I agree that it's really... I did not expect at all that it would be so diverse. And I also learned a lot about how to start a business and all the aspects that come with that. And I also really liked working together in such a diverse
yeah. So what was it about the business side that you did not expect before?
Well, I expected it to be more about the technical point of view, about the development of the process and the product itself, and less about how to apply it and how to make money of it. But that's also really helpful. Yeah.
Yes, and in the end, it's what it should lead to. Otherwise, the technology is there, but
exactly, yeah.
Then it cannot be used.
Yep.
Okay, really cool. And was it also difficult to combine it with your studies, for example? Because it takes up a lot of time, right?
Yeah, like more than studies, it was difficult to manage the time schedule, because this is the first time that we are meeting each other and we organized everything.
Oh, the first time in real life? Today?
Yeah. So yeah, when I was like chilling at my home, they were in university, so it was it was very difficult to manage the meetings.
Yes.
It's doable at some point if you want to do it.
So and how is he in real life? Good? Yeah? You really
They're very nice people. I mean, I knew that, but it's different than just looking at your screen and seeing them in real life.
Yes, it's still a different. You already have a good feeling, but it's still different. I once met someone. I thought, oh, you're so much taller than I thought, but so that was not the case. No,
it's fine.
It was fine. Okay, cool. Well, thank you so much. You made it to the top 3. At the end of the show, you will learn if you are also the winner of the challenge. Can I get a big round of applause for Pommes? And also, can I get a big round of applause for Huub Maas? Okay. The first part is up. Now it's time to just sit back, relax, and get inspired, because we have 2 keynotes coming up. And the first speaker will give us the broader perspective in which this challenge operates. Because phasing out fossil feedstock is not only a transition towards renewable energy, but also a transition towards renewable materials. And he knows a lot about it. And he also knows that you cannot do it alone, I cannot do it alone, we have to do it together. And he will give you some insights on what is actually needed. He is a professor of collaborative research, communication and change. Can I get a big round of applause for Cees Leeuwis?
Hello, nice to be here. I'm going to talk about the materials transition, and I'm specifically on scaling bioeconomy solutions from a systems perspective. On this slide, you can see that we use a lot of materials, and quite a substantial part of those materials are fossil-based. And eventually they end up in the air like CO2, and we all know that we need to reduce CO2 emissions, and that also means that we need to reduce fossil materials in our material use. For example, if you look at textiles, you see in this graph that about half of our textiles are of fossil origin. Cotton is quite a big contributor, but more than half eventually of the fibers we use in our clothes are of fossil origin. And if you want to replace them, there are basically 4 pathways that we can use, as you can see in this graph. We can recycle them. That is possible, and we've already seen some solutions, not in textiles, but recycling is important. We can instead of using oil, we can use biomass, or we can we can catch the CO2 and rebuild that into other molecules, fiber molecules. So that's the 3rd pathway. And of course, we can also use less materials, or we can have constructions and materials that are built in a different design so that we use less material, or we can go towards degrowth. So those are the 4 pathways that we can work on. Many people are working on bio-based feedstocks. So instead of oil, we use things like, for example, seaweed, or we use fibers made from algae, and you also see pineapple production. And so we can do a lot of experiments here in Wageningen where we use bio-based origins for fiber production and for material production. However, and then, you know, and these are kind of technical solutions, and the solutions we have just seen presented here, they're also mostly technical solutions. And then the discussion about materials transition is often framed in terms of we need to upscale these kinds of solutions. Here you see a couple of images, scaling up bio, scaling circularity. It's time to scale up circular solutions everywhere. But upscaling is not such an easy task. If you want to scale feedstock solutions, for example, sea cell made of seaweed and combined with a little bit of cellulose, you know, that's a social challenge as well. We need permissions to harvest seaweed or to produce seaweed. There's still a lot of work to be done on improving fiber quality and making it relevant to different clothing production. We need processing capacities in different places of the world. We need to adapt our recycling systems. We need investments, we need business models, we need training of farmers and harvesters. We need maybe to change the coloring and the dyes that we use to color these fibers. So it's not easy. It's dependent on other changes. You can never scale one thing. You always need to scale a lot of things together. And then the other challenge is that the materials transition also requires downscaling. We need to actually downscale our fossil-based system, which is so prominent and so strong. So we need to, what do we need to do? We maybe need to tax fossil-based products, or we need maybe to create chain responsibility. It's a big topic at the moment in the fossil industry, so, or in the textiles industry, in the fashion industry, make the fashion producers responsible for what is happening in the chain. The European Union is trying to launch legislation, and it's very contested, and a lot of people in the Dutch parliament are not in favor of it. Maybe we need to delegitimize fast fashion. You know, fashion cycles are faster and faster, and that's producing a lot of waste. We maybe need to change our consumer culture, not buy clothes, but maybe renting them or wearing them more often. I think clothes are maybe, you know, average clothes is used less than 10 times and then it's thrown out. Maybe we need to ban the use of mixed fibers. A lot of clothing are made of different fibers, which complicates the whole recycling process. So this downscaling is also actually quite a big problem. Maybe, you know, the new solutions, they need to compete with the old solutions, and we need to put pressure on the old solutions in order for the new solutions to have a chance. So what we see is that, you know, down and upscaling happens in a configuration of all sorts of different changes happening at the same time. We call them system innovations, and they consist of hardware. So that's the new technology, new practices, technological practices, new orgware, new ways of organizing, new licenses, new incentive systems, new markets, and software. That's the rethinking part, new ways of thinking, new visions, new ways of talking. And you can see that in the graph with the electric car. That's a nice example where you see that the electric car cannot come alone. You need all sorts of infrastructures and services and new ways of thinking to make that electric car a reality. So system innovation is actually a concerted action in a system. It involves many actors that are dependent on each other. They cannot change alone. Here we see a picture of the materials system, and there's lots of actors in it, and they cannot move if the other actors do not move at the same time, so they have to somehow coordinate. And that is quite complex, that coordination. If we only focus on recycling textiles here in this image, there's lots of industries and recyclers and fiber producers and chemical industries involved. And they are all stakeholders. They have different views. They have different ideas. They look at a specific part of the system and they don't not necessarily aware of the other parts. So they have different goals. They have different ideas of what the problem is, different ideas about what the solution is. They have different financial interests. And the funny thing is that nobody in control, right? So they need to somehow agree if they want to build a new future. So materials transition eventually crucially depends on social processes, right? So aligning perspectives and visions of different actors, overcoming difficulties and tensions and conflicts, building trust among all these actors, forging new relations, also coalitions. It's a coalition for change. There's losers and winners. You need coalitions. It's a competition, like today is a competition. And discussing new roles and responsibility to arrive at this concerted action. And here's the interesting thing is that in Wageningen, we're also thinking about how does science fit in? How can science contribute? And there are basically two ideas which so scientists can somehow look at the system from above and sort of parachute their solutions into the system. developing options, go from outside, drop them in the system and see what's happening. That's actually happening quite a lot. And we think in this program that we're running on the materials transition, we think we can do better and that we can also do it differently. So here in this next picture, you see that the scientist is actually placed, it's not so easy to see, but it's placed in the system, so with the stakeholders. And so the scientist is part of the change process, is part of the coalition and identifies questions that stakeholders have and that sort of cause trouble in reaching agreement or in moving ahead. And so this requires, we think, new methods for collaboration between different scientific disciplines, but also between scientists and society. And that is what we're working on here in Wageningen as well. That's what I wanted to share with you.
He's already woken up. Can I get a big round of applause for Cees Leeuwis? And I'm sure that you may have a lot of questions for him. They can always email you, right? Or go up at the borrel, ask the questions to you. Sure. Perfect. Okay. So let's go to our next keynote, because we also wanted to have a young professional perspective here on stage. And here to give us that perspective is Ugne. And she is a student here at Wageningen University. She studies bio-based sciences, but that's not the only thing she does. She also owns her own startup, and she is the EU Bio-Based Economy Ambassador. How cool is that? And she's here to share her thoughts on the action we need towards a bio-based future in Europe. Can I get a big round of applause for Ugne Dirdaite?
So, hello everyone. My name is Ugne, and I am a student here in the Wageningen University of Biobased Science Biorefinery, and also ambassador of the bioeconomy in European Commission. So, before I start my presentation, I would like to ask for the audience, can you raise your hands, who of you would like to make an impact globally? Thank you very much. I saw a lot of hands. That's the same for me. I also want to make an impact. So, let's start. Today we see a lot of news about warnings about the climate change, and the temperature and weather outside is not the same as it was 100 years ago, 10 or 5 even years ago. So the action is really needed. And heroes. This is what we need right now. Can I even go back? Heroes, this is what we need right now. People who would like to innovate, who can teach, who can save lives. And this is my journey, how I started my career in bio-based economy. So when I was studying, I was doing a lot of research in different universities, thanks for Erasmus. And also, after I finished my studies of industrial biotechnology in Lithuania, I was working in big 2 companies to gain industrial experience. And afterwards, I noticed that I'm actually not making that much impact. I'm just a small droplet in the big ocean. So in parallel, what I was doing, I was joining entrepreneurial accelerators and also doing the entrepreneurial project. So by the time I didn't have that much fancy equipment or even experts who could help me. This is really nice that you have these challenges. But at that moment, I didn't have that. And after COVID restrictions went down, I actually decided to move to Wageningen University, to quit my job completely and to come here. But I'm not a calm person, and by the time I was joining in Wageningen many organizations, so one of them was even FIBI, which is entrepreneurial bioeconomy project, and commissioned by the time they were making a competition to become youth ambassadors. So it was right time to join it. So you can see in this picture 15 people, European bioeconomy ambassadors. In that competition, there were around 350 people, and only 15 were selected based on their motivation. So what ambassadors are doing? Actually, it's about engaging with the bioeconomy topic. And also, it's about being a bridge between the youth and also politics. So that means that actually we have to know the way how to communicate and with politics and also with youth. And in this slide, you can see how the decision making is happening in the EU. So European Commission is actually responsible for initiating and also informing and preparing the policy, while European Parliament is responsible for voting. So this is to keep in mind when you want to talk and target with the right people. And normally I'm being asked from the society, from the friends, is there a possibility even to make an impact on the EU law from the society perspective? Actually, it is. And there is a list on the slides that you can see. And I would like really to encourage you to have your voice, let's say, have your portal where you can give your feedback on the strategies and policies, what are upcoming. So for instance, right now on that portal, you can find about a strategy for 2040, and there you can give your feedback. Also, another powerful way is to have organizations or even communities, and also to be active in the political panels or conferences where you can share your voice. And apart from the policy making, there are many actions what society can do. There's a big list that I was writing, but actually what is really powerful, I would say, that media and also the actions from the society. For instance, as I'm Lithuanian, what I noticed that really if there are leaders from the journalists and they are sharing if there is a greenwashing or there are violence for the society, for instance, right now what's happening in Russia, and if there are companies who are still doing their business in Russia. So people, when they see it in the media, they can, let's say, refuse to buy products from there. So this is also exactly that can be really applied in real life, let's say, with environmental problems. Let's say if you see that companies, they are not respecting environmental or social things. So there is upcoming event. It's one of my babies, let's say, that I was working on and still I'm working. So there will be Bioeconomy Changemakers Festival for next year. So I was one of the initiators of this event, writing a proposal for European Commission, and it was accepted. So here, the main thing is to highlight the success stories the failure stories of the startups doing their business in bioeconomy, and also from the youth perspective. And as a tangible outcome of this festival will be the declaration of the youth. And during this event, there will be satellite events, and I would like to talk with Wageningen University about this satellite events, where you as an audience could also share your actions or recommendations for EU. So to sum up, I would like to say that shift is really happening. We shouldn't underestimate the society because it's really big power. And if we connect and we innovate, we believe in the green future. So we can not only to do an impact on the EU level, but also on the global level. Thank you.
Everyone's walking off stage immediately. Thank you so much, Ugne. Cool. So who will join Ugne at her festival? Yes, I see hands coming up. Cool. Great job. Thank you. Okay, on to the next part of the show. And this is actually where you can take a seat on stage. We are going to have a fishbowl discussion. Has anyone ever done that? No? Neither have I. So it's going to be a big experience. Okay, so you see here, you see seats on stage. And we will have a talking point, so something to talk about, like a statement. And the people here will start talking about it. And the goal is to share thoughts and insights with each other. So the goal together is that we will get multiple perspectives and just learn something new. And this is important because then it will allow us to look at something but not judge it or not try to fight it, but try to add on to it or share a different thought. So that's the goal together. How it works, I will explain it just by giving an example. And there are a few people who will start, and at one point you can decide to join the discussion on stage. I will now explain how it works. But first I will let the people who will join the first part of the fishbowl discussion join me here on stage. Huub Maas is the first one. He can get a round of applause, yes? Sophie van Wede. Edgar Suarez Garcia. Ernst-Jan Mul. Pieter Berben. En Ugne. Okay, so this is how it works. So you are the first to join this discussion. Do you know all of them? Are they familiar faces to you? Yes? No? Maybe you can just... Oh, Huub, we know. He's the chair of the jury. What is your...
Yes, Sophie van Wede. I work at Shift Invest, which is an early stage impact investor.
Okay, and you?
Edgar Suarez. I'm now Chief Technology Officer of Revive, so a scale-up in Wageningen.
Great. Ernst-Jan Mul, Innovation Manager at Renewi, Waste-to-Product company.
Cool.
So my name is Peter Berben, and I'm the Managing Director of Chemistry NL.
And you know Ugne, yes, okay. So how it works, I will explain. So I'm now going to pose you a question, and it has nothing to do with the topic that we will discuss, but it is, what is the best Dutch candy, licorice or stroopwafels? So, and then you can say something about it. So what is your favorite, licorice or stroopwafels?
Licorice.
Licorice, and why?
Because you can eat more over a prolonged period of time and in the car. And stroopwafels just one, and then you need to quit.
Oh, anyone would like to add on the licorice part? Or
and especially you like the double salty one.
Yes.
The salty one.
Yes.
Yes.
The real Dutch stuff.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And anyone team stroopwafel? Yes. Why team stroopwafel? Ugne.
If it's working.
No, I don't think so. Yeah.
So sorry, because it's sweet and also I would say that's a very unique taste.
Cool. Okay. So then you share thoughts on the different things. And then maybe I'm in the audience and I think, oh, I have a different view. I have a new perspective. Then I say, okay, Ugne, yes, I would like your seat. Then Ugne gets up. Yeah, she goes to the side. Yeah, yeah. Then I sit down and I say, yes, well, I have a different thing I would like to share. What if we would create a stroopwafel with a licorice taste? Because there's also honey in stroopwafels or in drop. So maybe we can combine them. How would that be? Oh, that's a different perspective. So that's how it works. So you can actually tap on the shoulder of someone and actually take the seat. Don't worry, we won't talk about stroopwafels, but about something that you are very excited about. But that's how it works. Anyone who's willing to join later on? Think about it in your head. Let's start off with the first question that we will discuss. And that is, we will never be able to create a world without waste. Who would like to share their thoughts?
Well, yeah, it's a bit my domain, of course. I agree. There's multiple points, multiple perspectives that you can take. I do think that there will be a place where we can reuse byproducts, etc. But waste is also a state of mind for people. What we see is that waste is the stuff that at that period in time, you don't want to have it anymore. It's in your way and you want to get rid of it. And it can be something completely useful, but for you, as a company, as a person, at that point of time, it's in the way, it's in your production site, you need to get rid of it, and you're willing to pay money for someone to take care of that problem. And I think even if we know as a company that's able to help you with that problem, even if we have solutions for all the types of waste, that can still be a point in time that this happens to something that you own. So you can have a perfectly functional bed at home, and if you place it on marketplace and no one wants to even pick it up for free, then there is a point that you start becoming willing to actually pay to just get rid of it. So in that perspective, waste will always be there. But in the perspective that we cannot do anything with it, waste will disappear in the future. I hope that's a bit clear.
Yes, and just to be sure, I'm not part of the discussion, so you do.
Yeah, I keep looking at you, but I'm looking at you now. So anyone, please disagree.
Would like to add? Yeah.
Well, I would like to say that I'm really a big fan of the circular economy, and in circular economy, everyone is telling that in circular economy, waste is not existing. It's like a source for something upcoming. So I really believe that, the concept of the waste should be rethought.
Yeah, maybe I should say something. Yeah, now, I'm also a fan of circular economy. To be honest, we are working on that very hard. So yeah, it also depends on if you call it waste or secondary materials or secondary raw materials. Yeah. Will there never be waste? Yeah, I think the recycle rate can never be 100%. Yeah, so we always need some virgin material and thereby creating some waste, but we will do it much better than we do it nowadays. Yeah, so that's for sure. Yeah.
So in my opinion, a big problem right now is to make our lives very convenient, very comfortable. We create a lot of waste. So a good way, for example, is for us to give up part of our comfort. And then, for instance, if somebody wants to join the discussion, would you like, for instance, that in the supermarket, things are not nicely packed for us? Mm. So would you be willing to give up this comfort of your life, that you go there, you pick up something perfectly wrapped, beautiful colors, and instead you will have like a standard packing for everybody? You will avoid the waste problem, or at least a portion of it, but you will give up part of your comfort. Would that be an option?
Personally, I think a world without waste is like utopia. It's like the perfect world, which actually doesn't exist in my view. I think it's a good prospect to have it as a goal, but personally, I don't think we will ever reach the state where there is no waste. There will always kind of be yeah, it's our fault, yeah, but.
Okay, we have someone new joining in. You can tap on someone's shoulder. Yes. Maybe Huub?
Yeah, maybe. Hi.
Thanks.
I'm from team Live Twice, and during our challenge, adventure, the two questions we ask us all the time: who is defining waste, and why are they defining this as waste? And when we try to answer this question, we find some very interesting answers. Like if it's like the official control or the regulatory body defines something as waste, there's too little space that we can play around. But then for the stakeholders that's involved in our projects, in this case, farmers and growers, we see something tremendous. They never define anything as waste. They define most of their things as production material and material. And that's something that we learned quite a lot from them. So it's more about a problem as we as innovators, what do we want to define as waste? And why are we defining this as waste or not? And in our case, we try to define everything that we do as no waste. For us, everything that we consider are, at this stage, cheap raw materials. And I think that's a very big issue because we can change our mind of definition on waste and being innovative quite easily as students, as young people. But for the industry, let's say for the greenhouse industry or for the growers, it's quite hard to make them or to persuade them to change their mindset about waste. And that creates a big barrier.
Yeah, it's actually kind of bouncing off of what you said, but also what you said. I think an important part of reducing waste is just going to put a price on anything that's wasteful. So for instance, plastics are very cheap still, and we're going to have to go towards a system where the polluter pays. And I fear that people are not willing to give up the comfort unless they feel it in their wallet. So that's definitely something that's up to the policymakers to have that happen, but I think it's an important step forward.
Well, I want to go back to the topic of comfort linked to waste. I think waste is a big issue, especially in the Western world, in richer countries, because we choose to go for comfort. But what is the opposite of waste in a society is the lack of something. So in some countries, they lack, for example, food or enough protein to feed all people. So they're on the opposite extreme. So that's also not good. To have too much, it's not good, but too little can also be a problem. So if I would look at a very futuristic society or kind of science fiction-like, if, let's say, we were to go to space as a society, it would have to be very optimized. So there would have to be no waste, but we also have to have enough to feed ourselves. So in that sense, we have to shift our definition, our mindset. So everything has a purpose, but that is really difficult to achieve. There's a fine line in between too much and too little. Yeah.
No, indeed, that imbalance is a crime, in my opinion. That we have so much and so many people have so little, and especially that we waste so much. So somebody mentioned about clothing, only 10 times and gone. I mean, it's a bit of a crime to do that.
And also, maybe I can join. Next week, I'm going to Brussels to the waste, like it's very related topic, to the food waste conference. And let's say, what would be the message maybe from you to European Parliament people, so that I could transfer it from the youth perspective?
Well, there's of course a lot to say, but I would say that mainly making the food system more efficient. Because now you see that, for example, there is moments in which farmers produce way too much of a certain crop, and it's better for them to just leave them there to rot in the fields rather than sell them for cheaper in the market. So I think there needs to be some system change, because it just doesn't make sense that we are actually able to produce enough to feed everyone in the world, but because of how things are distributed and how the market works, we're not able to do so. We're just lacking the organization. Yeah.
So we have 2 people joining. Yeah. You can also do it. It doesn't matter. No? Just step on one.
Do you want to chat?
So maybe one topic that I find interesting and I would like to hear the opinion is how do we give up the comfort? So how do you think this could come? So people might say it's education, or let's say campaigns to educate people, but that doesn't really work. Are there other ways so we give up part of our comfort so our waste production decreases?
I think that kind of needs a mindset shift. And honestly, like the packaging of everything into plastic and only selling the most perfect looking vegetables, I only noticed that happening like in the last 10 years. And before that, I grew up in a more rural area. We also had some vegetables that didn't look like that. So I didn't grow up with this and really notice this change from switching to everything in plastic. And I think now there is the choice of choosing between plastic and non-plastic, and you need to make that choice, which puts pressure on you as a consumer. So I think maybe there should be legislations that tell the companies that they shouldn't give that many options in that sense, or at least make the options more sustainable and not give the option of plastic, but maybe there is, for example, for food packaging, a sustainable option of a material that is like plastic, but it isn't plastic, so it can be biodegraded if it is put in the biotrash, for example. But then the company needs to decide that, and then the consumer doesn't even have to choose between plastic and no plastic.
Do you think that restrictive measures works for consumers? Like if we are forced not to do certain things at the supermarket, for example?
Well, it depends on if you know about it. It's very hard to take something away that you already have. But there's more and more stuff is being put into plastic. And like cookies that were beforehand, it was one roll of cookies in one plastic, and now every single cookie is in plastic. But if that is already not allowed, and we never had that comfort, so I would just like to stop it where it is right now, so that there is legislations that stop the companies from putting even more in plastic or using even more unsustainable practices.
What is your opinion?
Thank you. So first of all, I'm Christina from Afterlife. And I would like to also elaborate on what Larissa said. I think it very well links to the name of the challenge as well, which is rethinking. And I believe that waste is really part of our society and our societal structures and systems and values that we put in the center of our society. So I think rethinking how we think about comfort and how we think about waste is very much interlinked to how do we even define well-being in our societies, where currently it is very much based on profit, on economic growth. And then you can see that our waste streams and societies are designed in a very linear way. So maybe as a counter question, instead of asking, okay, are we able to give up comfort, it is asking how do we define this comfort? Because I believe that's why a lot of people shy away from sustainability or green transition, is that they're afraid of losing something. But I think we really need to point at what we are gaining through that. Because comfort defined by having access to single-use plastic, having access to these resources that we're able to waste in more our Western societies, whereas other societies struggle with not having enough resources. Is that what we want as comfort? Or is it rather like a future, more sustainable future, where we don't have to deal with waste pollution, where we don't have our waters polluted by plastic, and where everyone has equal access to these resources? Isn't that the comfort that we're striving for?
I want to add something from a business perspective. I work for a company called Paper Foam. We have a material that is compostable, very easy in your garden, and also paper recyclable. But the legislation in Europe is pushing to be single material. So what should it be? Paper recyclable? Oh, you have not enough fibers in your material. So we don't call it paper recyclable. But the fibers we use are very valuable for the paper recycling industry. What is our challenge as a company? We make the most sustainable material, but can't market it in the right direction in Europe for compostability or paper recyclability. In Holland, the same happens. Our material is so compostable, in 2 weeks it's gone. But can we learn consumers that a compostable material that's based on bio-ingredients can compost very quickly, and it's not like a PLA-based that goes slower, but is also compostable. There's not enough variation in the market to be in the right segment. And we are limiting innovations by European lawmakers at this moment. That's my session contribution.
I wanted to add something about waste, as also Christina said. I'm Muskan from Team BBNB, and I think waste is a matter of privilege because we're in the north and we do not have to face the consequences of the waste we produce, while the global south has to face these consequences. And I think that's also one of the reasons why people in the global north do not think about this that much as people in the global south might have to, because of the living situations they have to deal with. And I think that's something we need to consider while making policies, but also while making decisions on a daily basis.
Yeah, it doesn't tie on with your point, unfortunately, but just before we were talking about what is waste really and how can we reduce waste. And one thing that we from Team Cold Factor, I think we briefly mentioned it before, what we really learned over the last 6 months and what we found quite interesting, that rather than focus on the problem with which is the waste that we've already created, I think in a lot of areas we really need to start thinking about a complete systematic overhaul and develop systems that just do not produce these wastes. For us, unfortunately, the only example which I'm familiar enough to really bring the point across is animal agriculture. We have the opportunity now with cellular agriculture, with plant-based proteins, to really move to a system that eliminates the wasteful practices altogether, rather than try to find more land for the feed production and whatnot. So I would be really interested to learn, maybe some of you have some insights into other industry where there's already some projects underway that rethink the problem from its root and not just trying to put a band-aid on. If you have something, I'd really like to hear about it. Yeah.
Well, you have... Well, I have a different point, so...
There's a coalition going on within the NVC, Dutch Packaging Institute. They say you need to look at waste not as being waste, but how can you reuse, renew, regenerate everything that's in the waste material. But that's just starting.
Definitely, but like what my point was kind of is that rather than like when we have a waste that we realize is really hard to deal with. Like in your case, you have a solution that creates value, that enables this byproduct to have a second life. But what I meant is in areas where we don't have yet found a solution that adds value to these byproducts, maybe it is time that we try to like rethink, why are we creating this waste? Then look at this product that we need and then try to come up with a completely new way, rather than to like, okay, how can we revalorize this byproduct? That was my question. So if anyone has any examples, please let me know. I'd be very interested.
I also wanted to say that I really believe that it is like both ways combined in this, and it's really important to be able to create a system where we prevent waste. So like you said, it is in the design of our products where our system is really meant to not create waste. And then also with the waste that is already there. For example, Afterlife is focusing on food system, really rethinking how we think about the waste and not seeing it as waste, because currently in the food system, almost 1/3 of what we produce is being wasted. So in Afterlife, we also really believe in the potential of rethinking this system and being, okay, this is not waste, and reintroducing what has been until now been seen as waste back into the food chain. So I think it's really important to tackle it from all aspects and perspectives that we are able to in our different projects. Yeah.
Also, as Team BBNB, we're trying to solve the rapeseed stock waste, which already exists because we need the rapeseed oil and there's a high demand in the market. So I think it's better to solve the waste problem instead of thinking that we should produce less waste, because sometimes you cannot do anything about it, and that's the society we live in.
And maybe just on the comfort point, what really triggered me was like last year we had this energy price crisis, and we all said like it's so difficult to get people to put solar panels, it's so difficult for people to give up the comfort of warm houses. And when the prices went up, everybody all of a sudden rediscovered the warm clothes and and discovered that you can shower shorter. So I think that the comfort, it's something you find difficult to give up, but when you start to think about it rationally, or you are forced to, it's not so difficult to give up. So it's like a choice that maybe sometimes it's easier done than you think even.
Okay, so thank you very much for this discussion. Who's ready to give up comfort? Okay, cool. Thank you so much for joining this fishbowl competition. Big round of applause for all of the participants. So, we are going to go to the first award that we're going to hand out. And that is the Audience Award. So, everyone in the audience, and for the students, everyone at home, give them the code, can actually vote for their favorite team. And the winner of this award will receive 500 euros. Let me walk you through how the voting works. I already see you using your phone and logging in. Yes, perfect. That is the first step. You can scan the QR code, or you go to menti.com and enter the code. That is the first step that we're going to take together. The voting is not open yet, so but just please log in. Is everyone in, or is everyone trying? Who's not in yet? No? Okay, we're going to wait for you, don't worry. Just a few more seconds. Yes. Okay. Don't answer your WhatsApp messages now. Just go to the Menti. Is everyone in now? Yeah? Or maybe you can just send one WhatsApp to your family. It's open now, you have to vote, you have to vote. Okay, yes? Okay, then we're going to go to the voting. So, voting part. So what I will do is I will ask all of the teams to join me on stage now. You can come down. Yes. Sorry. Okay, let's do that again. Stop. Okay, so I was not clear. Let me do it again. So, all of the teams, of course, you need a big round of applause and a big beat, because this is your Team Walk of Fame. So give it up for Trash Beats and all the teams on stage. Yeah. Okay. So there will be 3 minutes that everyone can vote for their favorite team. And those 3 minutes will start once I push this button. And I need all of you and everyone in the audience to count down from 10 to 1. Then I will press the button. And then you can start calling everyone, sending text apps like, yes, yes, now is the time, you have to vote. Okay? And while we are doing that, you can dance, it's fine. Okay? Let's count down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
3 minutes left to vote. Minutes left to vote. One minute left to vote. Thirty seconds left to vote. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Voting is now closed.
Okay, voting is closed. So, did you text everyone you know?
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
So you think how many people voted for your team?
I don't know, around 20? 30? Okay. Yeah, around.
Okay, cool. And did you also vote for yourself?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course.
Otherwise, no chance.
Yes, of course you vote for your own team. So who didn't vote for their own team? who had 3 phones with them just to vote 3 times? No, it's not that bad? No, okay. So who actually has someone special voting for them? That said, oh, that vote is really special for me. No? Like a grandmother or, yeah?
Well, my family is here, so I'm really happy.
Are they here?
Yeah.
Hi! Welcome. And they came all the way from India?
Oh, well, they were here.
Oh, they were already here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's so cool. Well, welcome. How are you enjoying the show? Good? Yeah, they're waving like, yes, thumbs up. Okay, really cool. So Does anyone think, yeah, I think we won. I know for sure. We have won the audience award. No, I see you like, maybe. Yeah?
No, we were discussing. Oh no, we were discussing. We found no, probably not. But we will see.
You will see. Okay, cool. Okay. So I just hear in my ear that there have been 373 votes. Oh wow! So you have a lot of friends. And the results will be given to me, but first, of course, they have to go through the notary, or how do you say that, the notaris? Yes, it's very official here. But then, I know, I think, yes, there she is. She has got the results for me. Of course, I don't know who has won as well, but maybe I can give this to you. Yeah, just so otherwise I have too many things in my hands, but this is it. So the winner will get the check of 500 euros. Shall I reveal who has won? Yeah. Okay, so wait. I will not give it to you yet, because maybe you haven't won. Okay. The winner of the Audience Award is Team Afterlife. Already posing like, yeah, we won, woohoo! How does it feel?
Yeah, amazing. We were just discussing. No, probably not. And then just standing here. So yeah.
Really cool. So how many friends did you text?
Well, it was mainly my family and my closest friends, but who knows, maybe they spread the word. We were really, I think they were really excited too, so it started to spread.
And let's not forget, it's not just friends and family, but it's also the partners and the jury members, so everyone got a chance to vote. So we'll see how it works out. But so you already have one award. Maybe the next one will follow. We'll see. I don't know. I have no clue. But let's see. You are all going to get a big round of applause and walk off stage with the beats of Trash Beats. Thank you all. You can take a seat. Okay, so everyone has almost taken their seats yet. Yeah, just a few more people. Yes. Okay, so now, if everyone has taken their seat, it's really difficult to sit with this big award, right? Okay, so now that everyone has taken the seat, of course, we've heard some perspectives, some jury perspectives, some student perspectives, but the perspective that we have not heard yet is the perspective of one of the coaches. And she's here to tell us all about her experience being a coach here at the ReThink Waste Challenge. Who has gotten really good advice from one of the coaches? Yeah, some valuable advice. Where's the catch box that I have? The catch box, yes, it's still with King David. King David, can you maybe throw it to over there? Yes, oh! He was not expecting it. What was the advice that you got and why?
Actually, I had the opportunity to discuss many problems that we faced during the challenge.
Yes.
And specifically, for example, that there is a possibility to further produce an additional product from our raw material. And
really?
We are still into communication with this company that we may have a meeting or so.
Wow, cool. So you got a whole new perspective on it, a whole new...
Exactly.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. Anyone else has got some great advice? on the product, or yes, can you throw it? Cool. Yeah, you did raise your hand, so I thought...
But he wanted to say something.
Oh, he wanted to say something. What was the advice that you got?
Well, after we had one particular mentor meeting, and after that meeting, in our Notion, we had a agenda item that was called Rethink Our Entire Life.
Yes.
And we did actually, and it turned our project not 180 degree, but we at least 90, and all of that out of a 15-minute discussion. So that was super impactful. Yeah.
Wow, cool. And who was the coach that you did it with?
Yeah. Can we disclose it?
Yeah, can you disclose it or not?
Who was it? Was it? I think it was Paco Lammers. Yeah.
Okay,
He's
cool.
here, so.
Well, thumbs up to him then. Cool. Really cool. Okay, well, let's see what one of the coaches has to say about working with you. Is that okay? Are you looking forward to it? Okay. Can I get a big round of applause for Ilaria Sangali from Kerry? Here you go. So, all the way from Italy.
Yeah.
Yes. Just for this challenge?
Just this morning for this challenge.
Okay. How early did you have to get up?
6:30.
Whoa. Okay. That's really early.
Then the flight was delayed. So anyway, I'm
But
here.
you're here.
Yeah.
You made it on time.
Yeah.
To be here in the spotlight. Okay. So you were a coach for the challenge. How was it to be a coach?
Oh, it was amazing because it remembered me the time I was in university. I was doing my degree thesis, and I have some student working with me. Same time, I'm in Kerry since 14 years. And,
really?
Yeah, and there are some internship students with us, and it's always a pleasure to share knowledge with them, and even a way to learn something new from them. They can have an idea, then change your project, even if they joined the company 2 days ago. So it's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's cool. Yes. And what was the most surprising comment or moment that you had while coaching the student?
Yeah, I would say that I was impressed how their work can be linked to mine. So
Their work can be?
With my work.
Oh.
So it happens that their idea can be easily applicable to my work, and I found myself coaching them, but at the same time they coach me as well.
Really?
So, yeah. It's funny because actually flavors is a small part of a food business. But at the same time, we have many participants that are focused on something that is linked to flavor.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. And the finalists, for example, using the apple waste, they are going to produce a flavor, maybe intermediates or flavor raw material. So
that's really cool.
Yeah.
Is that something that you had not seen before? Like this?
Yeah, there is the world is changed also in flavor, so there is a need for raw material that are produced in a better, safer, cleaner way.
Mm-hmm.
And they're literally on the point now, so they are working for what is mainstream, and I'm sure they will find easily some partnership with the companies.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good to hear. So what would be your final advice for all of the students here?
Final advice is difficult, but I would say don't stop today. Even if you are not the winner, if you are not against the finalist, keep work on your project. Use the possibility that the society give you, like internet, so founding through different ways. Even Instagram, I can see your idea on Instagram and be owner of a company and decide to found you. So
cool.
Use any kind of possibility to promote your project.
Don't stop and promote.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Ilaria. And now, the big moment has arrived.
dear finalists, congratulations on making it this far. This is the last stretch of your ReThink Waste Challenge journey. Over the last 6 months, you developed your idea into a fully fledged, convincing business concept. From 27 teams who picked up the gauntlet, you are among the few who survived 2 selection moments and faced the jury in the Dragon's Den. Now, the time has come to reveal the winner of the first ReThink Waste Challenge. This team will scoop the €6,000 prize and the official title. Are you ready to hear the verdict?
Okay. I can feel the tension in the room. That's good. So I'm not going to hand out the prizes on my own. I'm going to ask Huub again to join me on stage to announce the winners. Can I get a big round of applause for Huub? So Huub, it is time. I'll give you the microphone. Yes. It is time to announce the winners. So, do not keep us in suspense any longer, but first we are going to announce the second place winner. The second place winner of the ReThink Waste Challenge is...
Thomas.
Thomas, you can come down! So Huub, just second runner-up. Are you proud of them?
Yes, very much. Yeah. They did a very good job. Congratulations.
Cool. So, and second place, is that okay?
That's more than okay.
More than okay. It's not what we were expecting. You're happy?
Yes. Yes, amazing.
You can jump. It's okay. Yes. Yay! Cool. Can I get a big round of applause for our second place winners? Okay, yes. Oh, yes, why not join us on stage? Yeah, if you stand over here. Well, why not let the other 2 teams join as well? Yeah. Can all the other 2 teams come down as well? Okay. So you are over there, you are over there. Okay, so we can actually see your faces when we reveal who has won. Okay, Huub. We are going to do it the following way. You have got this big award. There's also first prize. And first we are going to say who has won. And then, of course, we will also know who has come in third. So let's reveal who has won. many things. But you are the winner! So, what is it like to win?
Amazing.
Too many emotions, too many emotions.
Too many emotions. Are you gonna party tonight?
Definitely, 100%.
Okay. Really, really cool. Let's go up because, of course, our third place winners, they also deserve a big round of applause from you guys. So third place. Are you okay with it, third place?
Yeah, it is better than we
Better than you expected.
Better than first.
Better than first. Really cool. Well, all of you guys, thank you so much for today. Thank you so much for this show. Thank you. Thank you, students. Thank you, partners. But also, thank you to the organization. Because I know that a lot of you have had contact with Anna or Marta. They have worked their butts off, right? So I would like to put them here in the spotlight. They have no idea, but Marta and Anna, you can come on stage. And let's give a big round of applause to the organization. You can come here with us. Yes. Hi, Noah. Where's Anna? Oh, here she is. One time, big round of applause for the organization. Okay. So we have come to the end of the challenge. I would like to thank you all. You can all grab your instruments or use your hands again, because we are going to party our butts off on the music of Trash Beats and go to the borrel. Are you ready? Go for it.